Normally, I'm not one to put a family member on blast on social media, but what my sister told me today, I can't let it pass. I cannot let it pass, and I cannot let her go on thinking and believing that this is okay to say to people, that this is okay, and the way that she goes about it is fucking insane. So I need to spread her message to let her know by other people that this is fucking crazy. That I'm not the crazy one here, because I'm talking about facts and reality, and that you are the crazy person when you're talking about mind melding and chopping off children's body parts. So me and my sister were talking about the Mormon religion, the church that she still attends, and the church that I went to for 16 years, until I stopped going when I was 16, when I was given the choice to go or not. And I said, fuck no, I'm not going to your Looney Tunes church no more. Well, now I've been asking her questions about the inaccuracies in her religion, and she can't seem to answer any of them, okay? None of them. This is instead what she gives me. I'm not trying to argue about the church. We have been counseled not to debate about the church, and you know about that, Eric. This is where it gets real good. I really feel that you're the one who was telling me what to read and not to read. Yeah, right after she said the church counsels them not to debate about inaccuracies of the religion. Yeah, right after that. It's actually my choice to go there. I'm not abused by the church, and I'm not a prisoner either. Have you ever heard of mind melding? You are mind melded with a woman, Eric, and you are very strong, and you are stronger than she is, but you got to put the weed away, cut back as much as you can, and kick that woman to the curb. Walking helps, exercise, no drugs, Eric. What is she talking about? Like, what is any of that? I don't even know what any of that means. We were talking about the church, and I said I'm bisexual, and my parents are pieces of shit that don't accept me. And that's what she had to say back to that. Since you feel so comfortable and confident in saying my mind is mind melded with the weed woman, how so? How does anything I have said, or the logic behind it, have anything to do with marijuana whatsoever? I was referring to your bisexuality. What? You aren't the person I grew up with, and I feel like I don't know this person, and it's not like my brother Eric, and this isn't him. And I see you. But wait, okay, she just said, I feel like I don't know this person. It's not my brother anymore. This isn't him. I see you. You just said before that you don't recognize this person anymore. You don't see him, and then you say, I see you. Those things don't make any sense, especially right after one another. And then I said, Aaron, my sexuality has nothing to do with anything other than Christians treating the LGBTQ community like evildoers that are going to hell. Blah, 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 blah. See, I have a lot to say. She doesn't. You are the one talking about mind melding. I'm talking about a church using its grip on people to enrich itself while it spreads an opposite message than they preach. They do not practice what they preach. I try showing you, you close your eyes and plug your ears and say, I'm trying to control what you read. That's what we call wacko, Aaron. That, not me. You can read anything I'm saying and read about it, but that would go against Erin's confirmation bias setup that she's got going. I see you. That's all she had to say to that. I see you. But I'm not playing change the subject to defend myself against stupid shit Erin wants to say, just to avoid actually saying anything of substance again. I'm literally begging you to say something of substance. So here I say at the end of this message, I base everything in my life off of all the data I can absorb on any given topic. You don't. That's literally ignorance in a nutshell. So again, Erin, no, I am not the one who sees y'all for the ignorant, hypocritical crazies you are and sound like when you keep saying, I see you. It's fucking weird. Just consider what I'm saying to you. If you knew what you were being mind melded with a woman and that was affecting your sexual interest, would you feel the same way? Would you still believe that's just who you are, or would you feel offended by that? If you knew that this was happening to children, and it was causing them to feel uncomfortable in their own bodies, and making them feel like they needed to cut off their own body parts because of it, would you still feel the same way? You're not talking realistic, Aaron. You're talking literally whack job. And I don't speak whack job half-wit anymore. Keep things factual, provable. You're insane. And if you talk about child mutilation to me ever again, I won't talk to you ever again. Ever. You aren't educated enough, so these conversations are pointless. You're not willing to get outside your crazy box and enter reality. Instead, you want to talk mind melding and chopping off body parts. You're a simpleton. If I were you, I would seriously think about putting the marijuana down for a little bit. That is how they first broke out brains. What happens to you when you smoke weed? You think differently, don't you? You used to notice that when you were younger, that your thinking changed. You have been smoking weed so long now that you can't recognize it anymore. When I say you are not the brother I grew up with, it's because you aren't. The Eric that I grew up with was this chilled, laid back, and had personality for days. What happened to your personality? I saw a bit of it put through the other day. That was the first time in a long time that you sent me a cool movie that you liked. That's who you are. You share movie. That's who you are. You share music and movies and books you like with other people. Do you remember when you had... Do you remember when you were having headaches at the same time as me? A fucking simpleton, and I'm gonna put your crazy ass on blast. If you won't take it from me, maybe the country can change a mind like yours. You're propagandized. That's it. It's easy to do to the people who don't fucking read. They have messed around with your brain, and they have shut off your personality, and you are using... This is real laughter. My stomach hurts. And you are using... And you are using the smart areas. I can't. and you are using the smart areas of your brain, but your creativity is lost. You have some anger issues. My brain? You don't know anything. Nothing you say has any substance. None of it ever makes any fucking sense. You live in an unrealistic crazy land that you made, and you're alone there, where you will stay. It's the truth. Try to think on that for a bit. Try to think on what? You're an idiot. You saw Lock and Key, didn't you? Go eat some dirt or rocks. Yeah, take it from the lady who thinks her ex-boyfriend Chris follows you by air and train. Broke-ass Chris. You are kind of like Dodge right now, Eric. Think on that. We need Eric back. Aaron, Stephen King's son wrote that. You're a dumbass. It's called fiction, and Netflix fictionalized the fiction book. So you're like the author of the book. You're not like the person in the book. You're like the author, the one creating stories. Oh, and speaking of me having no creativity, this is probably my 750th video that I've posted to one of my 2 social media political channels. What the fuck have you done lately?